Okay, so the next group is about credit cards. And so it's a fairly involved table, but it is what it is. So we're going to start with number 33. And you see we have date, billing date, the billing date, and we have some pluses and minuses in the whole thing. So let me see how many. So let's, we'll need at least 4 columns because we'll need a balance. And I'll make it 8 rows. So it's going to be 8 rows by 4 columns. So the first column is the date. Second column is the comment. What is it? The third column is the debit or credit, I guess. Is it going to be plus or minus to the account? And we have the balance. So the first thing is on June 11th, so this is June 11th, is the billing date. So that's when we start. And the so we don't really have anything associated with this, but we do have a balance, which is $462.42. Now what happens next is we have June 15th. And on June 15th we have a return. And so that's going to be it. We're going to subtract that from our balance. The return is going to be negative. So it's going to be $106.45. Now, before we do it, let's go back and read the problem. It says, for each credit card account, assume 1 month between billing dates with the appropriate number of dates and interest of 1.3% per month on the average daily balance. Find the average daily balance, the monthly finance charge, and the account balance for the next billing. So we have to figure out how do you figure out the average daily balance? And if we go back and look, you sum the number of the daily balances, and you divide by the number of days in the billing period. So the daily balance, yeah, we're going to need some more. We're going to need some extra couple of columns here. So let me add. It's to be 8 columns, but we need one for. We've got the running balance and the number of days until balance changed, and so we just need two more columns here. So this is number of days. If you go to your book on page 703, you'll see it. And then you're going to take the balance times the number of days. What this product is in the numerator, and you add them all up, you get, you add them all up and divide by the number of days, you get your average daily balance. And that's what you use for calculating the interest at the end of the month. So we're going to do all this. We're going to get our running balance first. So let's just fill in the rest of this thing. So we have June 20th, June 24th, July 3rd, July 6th, and we have July 11th, because that's the full month. And this is jewelry, car rental, payment, flowers, and this is your billing date. Okay, so the return is a negative to the balance. You have jewelry, which is going to be adding to the balance. You have the car rental, which is going to be added to the balance. You have the payment, which is going to take away from the balance. And you have the flowers, which are going to add to the balance. And ultimately, we're going to have some number here, but what you're going to do is you're going to add the interest to this number here. You're going to add the interest, and then that'll be your new balance. Okay, so let's just do what we're going to do is we're going to take this number and add that number. Just kind of go back and forth diagonally there. So we're going to take 462.42. We're going to subtract 106.45. And I get 355.97. Then we're going to add 115.73 to the balance. So that's 471.70. 74 point. Now we're going to add. So we have, what do we have for? I already erased it accidentally. 471.70. We're going to add another charge for the rental car. So that's $545.89. Then we're going to subtract our payment. That brings the balance down to $430.89. Then we're going to add the charge of flowers, which is $499.38. And in this case, we're going to add the interest in here, but we need to do that. We can't do that until we've done this stuff. So the question is, do we subtract numbers here to get these? And the answer is yes. So we have this balance, and it's going to be that balance for 4 days. So you take 15 minus 11 to get 4. 20 minus 15 is 5 to get that number. 24 minus 20 is 5. 3. Okay. So what you have here is you have the 24th. June has how many days? June, 30 days has September, April, June, and November. So June has 31 days. So you have June 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th. So we have 30 days. So that's 7. Let's do it again. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 30. 7 days, okay. And then you have July 1st and July 2nd. So this is 9 days between here and here. Now that we're back, we're not changing months. To get this, you have 3 days for that one, and then you have 11 minus 6 is 5. So if we add all this up, we should get 30. 4 plus 5 plus 4 plus 9 plus 3 plus 8. I got 33 days. Something's wrong. So let's see what I did wrong. 4, 5. Oops. Okay. 4, 5, 4. I have this 4 plus 5 plus 4 plus 9 plus 3. Oh, I added 8. I don't know how I did that. 4 plus 5 plus 4 plus 9 plus 3 plus 5. 30 days. Okay, that makes sense. So we have 30 days if we add all this up. And it's how many days are in the month that's in between where we switch days. So 30 days has September, April, June, and November. 30 days. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this balance, multiply by 4 days. So this, we have a balance of this for 4 days. We have a balance of this for 5 days. And you just multiply those numbers together. That's why it's all done by computer, because it kind of gets tedious, but it's good to do it one time just to understand what is going on. Then we take 355. Is that 97? Yep. Or 80. 97. Okay, 355, 97 times 5. So that is 1779.85. Then we take 471.70 times 4 is 1886.80. 545.89 times 9. 4913.01. Then we take 430.89 times 3. 1292.67. And then finally 499.38 times 5. So that is 2496.90. Now you add all these up. 1849.68 plus 1779.85 plus 1886.8 plus 4913.01 plus 1292.67 plus 2496.9. So the sum of all these is 14,218.91. So our average daily balance is equal to the sum of all these numbers divided by the number of days. Now it should be somewhere between 355 and 545 because those are the mix, max, and minimum. It should be around 400 and something. So if it's not, then we need to check something out. So I get $473. $473.96. See if that's the right answer. $473.96. Okay, so that's correct. Now, the interest is going to be your average daily balance times your interest rate. But you have to do this on a monthly basis. So we take the interest rate, which is 1.3% per month. Okay, so they already give you it per month. So if they didn't give it to you per month, if you take 1.3 and times 12, it'll give you 15.6% per year. You divide that by 12 to get 1.3% per month. So we take, but remember we never redivide by percent, so we've really got to multiply that by, it's got to be multiplied by 0.013. So 0.013 times 473.96 is $6.16. So that's $6.16. That's going to be added. So then we take $499.38, which is the previous balance here, and we add 6.16 to it, and we get $505.54, which is the new balance. And then you start all over again. Up here. So then you do the next month. And then you calculate the average daily balance the same way. Okay, that was kind of long. So the next thing are all three associated with the same question. One version of the 90-day same as cash promotion was offered by a major purchase card, which established an account charging 1.3167% interest per month on the account balance. Interest charges are added to the balance each month, becoming part of the balance in which interest is computed the next month. If you pay off the original purchase charges within 3 months, all interest charges are canceled. Otherwise, you're liable for all the interest. Suppose you purchase $2,900 worth of carpeting under this plan. Find the interest charge added to the account balance at the end of the first month, second month, and third month. Suppose you pay off the account 1 day late, 3 months plus 1 day. What total interest must you pay? Treated in 3 months as 1/4 year, find the equivalent simple interest rate for this purchase. Okay, yeah, so these people come up with these great offers, and they're confusing enough that you don't, you're not really sure what you're doing. So what they're saying here is that if you buy the product and you pay it within 90 days, you don't have to pay any interest at all. But if you don't, then after 3 months you have to pay interest. You have to pay it as if you had been paying interest from the beginning. So in this case, our balance, at t equals 0 to start, I'll call it P for principal. That's the amount that I'm borrowing, is $2,900. So after 1 month, so I'll say T equals 1 month, the interest is just going to be equal to 2,900 times the interest rate. It's a monthly interest rate, so I can just leave it the same, except I'm going to move the decimal point a couple of places. So you get 2,900 times 0.013167. And I get $38.18. Okay, now after the second month, my balance, my principal is increased by $38.18. So I'm going to have $2,900 plus $38.18. So now I have to pay interest on the new higher balance. So when I calculate the interest for the second month, I use the larger value here, 2,938.18 times the same interest rate in decimal form. And I get $38.69. Okay, so that means at the end of 3 months, for the third month, my new principal is going to be this plus that. So I take I add 38.69 to 29.38.18, and so my new principal is 29.76.87. Okay, then I calculate the interest on that for the third month. So it's 29.76.87 times my same monthly interest rate. And it should be a little bit more. So it went from 38.18 to 38.69. So what do we get? So if you take the multiplication, we get 39.20. Okay, so that's the interest. Now, what happens is after 3 months, then you have your new. So after 3 months, you now have this balance after 2 months plus the interest during the third month. So the answer to, well, actually no. These are the answers to 37. 38.18, 38.69, 39.20. Problem 38 says how much interest do you pay. So you just add these three numbers together. So the total interest is now due because you haven't paid it off in 3 months, so now you are having to pay interest. So you add those together. 38.18 plus 38.69 69 plus 39.20, and they get 116.07. So that's the total amount of interest that's due, plus the original money I borrowed, the $2,900. After 3 months, I had to pay $2,900 plus 116.07. If I paid it just before 3 months, I just paid the $2,900. Okay, now it says treating 3 months as 1 year, find the equivalent simple interest rate. So what I do is my 3-month rate is going to be equal to my interest that I accumulated over 3 months divided by my original stuff, the amount that I borrowed. And so you take that, and you get 116.07 divided by 2,900. So my monthly interest is 0.04002. So I multiply that times 4 because there are 12 months. 3 times 12 is 12 months. So you take 4 times 0.0422, and I get 0.160, or 16%. Now if I just took my original interest rate, which is 0.013167, and I multiply that by 12, I get 15.8%. So it's only slightly higher. Okay. I think that's it. Yep. So 38, the answer was 116.07, and 39, the answer is 16%.